FAU student athletes have been looking forward to this day all year, the OwlSpeeds. This is the first time it's being held at the Barry K Auditorium, and the athletes are looking forward to seeing funny videos, performances, and awards. Hey Owl fans, I'm Claudia Faust alongside FAU football head coach Lane Kiffin. Coach, going into the game this weekend, what are your thoughts? The Florida Atlantic University softball team is continuing its conference play in a doubleheader today against Middle Tennessee State, and will finish off the 3-game series tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Tell me something embarrassing about one of your teammates that you probably shouldn't be telling me, but I want to know. The FAU football team is hard at work in their final practice of the spring before their spring game this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Obviously this season you're looking to go out and defend your conference title. What does that do to the mentality and the confidence of your team? You had an impressive career here at FAU. You earned multiple awards such as Conference USA Player of the Year and ultimately became FAU's highest draft pick ever. When you look back at your career at FAU, what stands out to you the most? Did you guys go shopping for matching outfits? Was that part of the plan? The FAU football team is just minutes away from kicking off the annual spring game. This is the first opportunity for them to show fans what they've been up to at practice under new head coach Lane Kiffin. And you look fantastic tonight. Who are you wearing? Fans, if you don't want to miss any of the actions, be sure to come out to the ballpark this weekend or to tune into FAUsports.tv. Chatham began his pro ball career on the Boston Red Sox rookie ball team, but was quickly moved up to their low-A affiliate. He learned a lot about the difference between playing collegiate baseball and professional baseball. The Florida Atlantic University softball team hosted the FAU Kickoff Classic this past weekend. They began their 2017 season with a doubleheader against the University of North Florida Ospreys. It was a scoreless game until the bottom of the fourth, and it all started with a bunt single from Sammy Legere. That brought catcher Alex Miller up to the plate. Miller then singled to right field, advancing Legere to third. On the next pitch, Miller stole second and Legere stole home. The score would remain 1-0, giving the Owls a win in their first game of the season. Center fielder Madison Palmer and catcher Alex Miller had impressive nights, both going 2 for 3 in the first game. Shortstop Sammy Williams was 2 for 2 in the first game, making for an exciting start to her collegiate softball career. It was just moments ago when the stands were filled with fans and all eyes were on Kylie Hansen for her 10-strikeout shutout victory. Kylie Hansen threw a complete game and praised her catcher for her success.
I really trust my catcher. She calls a great game. I'm just trying to mix it up, keep the batters off balance, and that's my goal.
The Owls then lost their second game when North Florida's bats got hot. The final score was 13-4.
I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be really good at bouncing back, and we'll get some wins under our belt.
The Owls will go on to play a doubleheader against NC State and Boston University on Friday, Bethune-Cookman on Saturday, and finish the weekend against Michigan State. From being passed over by big-name schools, C.J. Chatham set out to make a name for himself. The 21-year-old 6'4" shortstop chose to attend FAU as a freshman because it was the only university that believed he could continue to play shortstop despite his tall and slim stature. In his 3 years as the starting shortstop for the Owls, Chatham earned numerous awards. During his sophomore year, he hit .335, had 44 runs batted in, and led the conference with 22 doubles. He was also named First Team All-Conference USA. He really proved himself to scouts in his junior year. He was 19th in the nation with 89 hits, had 50 RBI, batted .357 on the season, and had the most memorable at-bat of his baseball career.
It was like the 9th inning. We had a pretty good lead against Charlotte my junior year, and there's 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. I was 4 for 5 that day. I was having a good day. I was like, I'm gonna end it on that. I'm on deck. Christian's up, my roommate, and I'm like, hey, I told him before because there was a pitching change. I was like, hey man, I don't want you to get out, but if you get out, I won't be upset. And he's like, man, come on. And I was like, all right. So he goes up there and he walks, and when he's throwing the bat back to me, I kind of gave him a look, like, come on. And he just smiled at me all the way to first. And the first pitch of the at-bat, he threw me a changeup, and I hit it off the hitter's eye in center for a grand slam.
Ball gone. C.J. Chatham, grand slam.
And that, honestly, was probably my favorite at-bat.
With above average numbers, Chatham was awarded with First Team All-Conference USA, Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year, and even Conference USA Player of the Year. On June 10th of 2016, his 3 years of hard work as an Owl really paid off.
MLB draft, the Boston Red Sox select C.J. Chatham.
Chatham was drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the second round, pick 51 overall. FAU baseball head coach John McCormack reflected on his 3 years of coaching the young shortstop.
It was a pleasure to coach CJ for 3 years. The progress he made over those 3 years was remarkable. He had a calming influence on the team last year. He's one of the rare guys that he made everybody feel, once he was in the dugout and playing the game, he made everybody feel everything was going to be okay. He was going to get the big hit. He was going to make the play. And he got drafted in the second round, well-deserved. I thought it was a little late for his skill set.
Chatham began his pro ball career on the Boston Red Sox rookie ball team, but was quickly moved up to their low-A affiliate. He learned a lot about the difference between playing collegiate baseball and professional baseball.
It's just, a lot of people think, when you go to the minor leagues, you've made it, but it's tough. There's so many people that want to get to the major leagues that it's not, there's a certain budget, so they don't just hand everything to you. It's like you got your long bus rides, you're not flying places, and it's a grind that you really got to love the game and take it seriously to get to where you want to be. There's no weekends off in the fall. It's a grind every day, and the pitching, it's tougher. It's guys from all around the country and even outside the country you're facing against, and it's an adjustment that I'm still trying to get used to. And who will be his first call when he makes it to the show? It has to be my parents, but then I have to say Coach Mack would be a close second. He'd be the next guy I call after my parents.
What do you think his reaction would be like?
Well, I could see him just being like, "Oh, I'm not surprised. Like I told you, you're gonna make it." And that's just kind of how. That's what I love about him. He's always been positive, telling me you're gonna make it. Just keep working hard, keep working hard. So I don't think he'd be surprised. I just think he'd be happy for me, and he'd look for the next flight out. With Owl TV Sports, I'm Claudia Faust.